Good evening, everybody. I'm Kath Lloyd from Make the Change, and I apologise for being a little bit late. A little bit of a malfunction with my little tripod for my phone, so I do apologise for that. So anyway, let's talk tonight is keeping your hand on your heart. And this is the second strategy in my book, When Dad Became Joan, Life with Your Transgender Father. So last week we looked at the first one, which was about the importance of values. And this one is one that I find really, really useful for all sorts of different reasons for myself. And it's one that I work a lot around with clients and in my classes. So hi Gareth, nice to see you here. Hi Helen, nice to see you here. So anyway, when we, the problem with a lot of challenging situations and what really affects our relationships is, I'm afraid to say it, poor communication. Hello, Helen, lovely to see you all here. And it isn't just about, communication with other people, it's communication with ourselves. And this is something that I had to learn a lot within myself. Hi Nick, nice to see you here. So that I could manage myself more effectively, which then resulted in me having better communication with other people. And I really found this with not just at home but in the workplace as well, that if we have good communication with ourselves, so that isn't just about listening to what we're saying and thinking, it's also listening to how we are feeling as well and what our body is telling us, because our body tells us a lot about how we're actually feeling over a longer period of time. Because if we allow anxieties and stresses to keep manipulating us, it isn't just our mental state that is affected. Over a long period of time, eventually it will manifest into physical illnesses. And so that's what I mean about reading your body, understanding it so that you are in a better position to be able to change or to do something about it. And all of this is choice. Okay, you have a choice whether you're going to listen to what you're thinking and feeling and how you're behaving and how your body is feeling, or you don't. And if you do decide to read it, you still have a choice over whether you are then going to do something about it. So if you want something different with what you're thinking, feeling and how you're behaving, if you want something different about your relationships, not just the relationship with yourself, but your relationship with other people, it's really, really important to start learning about how you are, but hopefully I'm going to be all right. Low batteries coming up, I'm afraid. How you are communicating with yourself, because I've really found that if you have good communication, this is really opening the doors to have, a great, what you might call at work, an open door policy. Okay, and so you're going to be inviting, if you're open with other people, you're going to be inviting other people to be more open and honest with yourself. And of course, this is only really going to work if you've got, and if you are, talking to people in a respectful way, using respectful language. Okay, I mean, we all know what it's like to be spoken to with disrespect, and it's not nice. And so this is why, relationships and good communication is built on respect and trust, isn't it? We want people to respect us, and that's the same the other way. But unfortunately, which is what leads on, is there's always going to be somebody and something that is going to press your buttons. And you know, the difficult thing is we can't control how other people behave. We can't control, you know, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, but we can control how we react to it. Okay. But, you know, whether it's at home, whether it's at work, whether it's socially, for whatever reason, there's always going to be somebody at some stage who, one, knows how to press your buttons, or is determined to find out, which then may, if you allow it, to trigger the unhealthy feelings and thoughts that you are trying so hard to try and keep under control. And so this is why it's really, really important when you are, you know, building new habits about what you're thinking and feeling and behaving, to have a good support network. And, you know, at work, at home, you know, within your family, who you can go to and have honest conversations and get, you know, a good, solid answer from them. You know, they may be honest, you may not like what they're saying, but this is where it's really, really important to learn from what people are telling you. And if you have the right support network in place, you know what they, you know, you should trust that they are telling you these things to really support you and help you find the right way for you. But it isn't just about getting support from other people. It's about looking within yourself and looking at the skills you've got, the transferable skills that you've got, so you're in a better position to be able to support yourself. You know, because the best will in the world, we can't always rely on other people. You know, our friends go on holiday, they have busy lives of their own. And so sometimes it's going to be difficult to get the support you need at exactly the right time. And so this is why it's really good to be reliant on yourself and to be able to trust your instincts, your hearts and your feelings. Your thoughts and your feelings. And this is where this strategy is really important. Hi Gillian, nice to see you here. And this is where it's really, really important to be able to put your hand on your heart and to listen to what it's saying to you. Okay, now when I first started to learn to do this, it was really, really hard because I had buried a lot of thoughts and feelings deep down because I didn't like them. And so when I started to do this, it was uncomfortable. It wasn't very nice. It hurt because it was bringing all of those things that I'd been burying for so long up. And I had to address them to find the answers, you know. But it's like anything, it's like any new habit, the more you do it, the easier it becomes because you get more confident at being able to manage it. And this is the thing about anxiety and stress. We push things aside, we bury them under the carpet, we make excuses for them so that we don't have to manage them. Okay, and then they just get bigger and dirtier and more evil until we actually confront them and start doing something with them. So, you know, putting your hand on your heart, listening to what it is telling you, acknowledging what it's telling you, even though it might be really, really hard, so that you learn from it. And then once you start listening to it and accepting it, you're going to be understanding your thoughts and your feelings a lot more and a lot more easily. And then you're going to be in a better position to start putting some actions in place to be able to move forwards. You know, before I've talked about the change curve, okay? And, you know, when there's any sort of change, like bereavement, redundancy, bad health, you're going to go through the change and you're going to go into a slump. But the sooner you start coming out of that slump, the better it is going to be for you, because then you can start making positive change to be able to start thinking and feeling and behaving the way that you really want to, instead of what you were doing before. And so what I've got for you is a few little questions to start working on yourself when you've got your hand in your heart. Now, these are actually in the book, but I'm going to tell them to you quickly now, just in case you haven't got the book in front of you. Okay, so number one is, and I would put your hand on your heart and get a pad and a pen and write the answers down, right? No particular order, just get the information down on a sheet of paper and you can look at it and analyse it afterwards. So, question number one, how am I really feeling? So, not what I should be feeling or I want to be feeling, it's how am I really feeling? So that's question number one. Number two is, what is it that I'm feeling? So slightly different question. It might bring up some of the same things as number one, but it might actually bring up something different. So what is it that I'm really feeling? Number three, why am I feeling this? So what has caused that feeling? Is it somebody pushed your button and dug the knife in? Is it that you allowed them to do that? Is it that you had an argument with somebody and deep down, you know, it's your fault? We've all done that. Is it that you lost control when you shouldn't have done because you were tired, or perhaps you hadn't been feeling very well, or under pressure? That sort of thing. Okay? Or anything else that comes up. Number four, what is the benefit of feeling this? I love those questions. What is the benefit of feeling this? Number five, how is this affecting me? How is this affecting me? Number six, how is this affecting other people? Because the way you think, feel, and then behave is going to have an effect on other people. And sometimes you need to stop and reflect and think about, you know, that question. Where are we? Number seven. How is this affecting my relationship with these people? And number eight. What is the long-term benefit of this? Again, another benefit, or the long-term effect of this. Okay. So a set of 8 questions that are really quite soul-searching, but will really start to help you find the information about what's going on inside of here and of here, and hopefully put them together. Okay, but what you've got to do is to trust what you're thinking and feeling, and trust putting your hand on your heart to find the answers. And you've got to give yourself time to do it. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time for the information to come to you. So you could perhaps set the questions out with a bit of space in between, and then you can perhaps go back to it when the information comes up, when you start recognizing these things. Okay, so I'm going to be going very shortly, unless anybody's got a question. Okay, now, as you know, this is going to be on replay, so you can go back to it and look at the questions again. If you want to get the book with if you can see that work pages in it, you can go on to Amazon, just type in books by Kath Lloyd, and it's $14.99, or you can get it on Kindle for $6.99. Otherwise, you can go onto my website and order it direct from there at www.kathloyd.co.uk. And this book is designed to be used. It's designed to be written in, to be doodled in the corners, and to use it to really support you to have a happier and healthier life for the rest of your life, because these questions are going to be things that you can refer back to all of the time. Okay, so next week we're going to be looking at, what are we going to be looking at? Managing your belief systems. Okay, another important strategy in helping you keep your sanity when things are going ooh in your head. Okay, but I'm going to leave you with a little quote by Benjamin Spoke, and I'm just reading it off here. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you know. So that's by Benjamin Spoke, and this is referring to you. So it is trust yourself, because you will find the answers. You do know the answers because they are only there in relation to you. So, allow yourself to trust yourself and to find the information that you need so that you can really move forwards with the difficult thoughts and feelings that you might be going through. So, have a lovely evening. I'm looking forward to next Wednesday already, which is about managing your belief systems. And have a lovely evening. Bye bye.